Hello everybody and welcome back once again to Hyper Metroid, and in this video I look at a map and end up going places before heading to Maridia again, because Maridia is where I feel the last, or is pretty much the last place I can look for Gravity Suit to get through Maridia. So that's, like I said previously, that's not the case. There was more in Norfair I could have went through. I could be getting Spazer. There's some gates in well, there's one more gate in Criteria I could get, which is actually really close to Spazer. Those weird bricks in the wall are very suspicious. I just didn't suspicious enough at them. There's actually a missile hiding back there. And that morph ball sound is still... Yeah, the damage boost, like when you're rolling out of a morph tunnel, and then there's a little block so you have to unmorph to jump up this little ledge or whatever, starts you in a crouching position. Is just super annoying to do that backflip in that case. So yeah, we can't go back through that door, which was sort of my initial plan. So it's like, oh hey, there's an elevator. Right, that's how we got there. And in Maridia, you're going to see there's actually a lot you can get to, a lot you can explore. The results for most of that are absolutely nothing. And it makes, this part for a player, you're going... Like, I'm going somewhere I don't think I should be going to. And then everywhere I go in that area, because, it's an open world and all that fun stuff, I can get places and all that. Because of that, I don't actually, it kind of just convinces me further I shouldn't really be here. Because everywhere I've been allowed to explore, and there's a suspicious thing over here. Which wasn't suspicious. But everywhere I'm allowed to explore in this area, which I don't think I should be in, suddenly, it just makes me think, well, why am I here? I really shouldn't be here in the first place, and I'm going to new rooms, but I'm not actually getting anything out of it. So again, big issue with this. So yeah, you see this little bit. I've explored more, obviously. I died the one time, so. And like I said, part of it is just how I explored. I could have had gravity a while ago, but I don't. Just because the path I end up taking. I mean, if you do something like this, like in a linear hack, for the most part, you're going to be going on the right path. Especially if you're in an area like this, where you don't think you should be in yet. I mean, you can still be kind of sure that, hey, this is actually correct. I should be going here. I'm okay with this, even if I don't necessarily like having to go through, Suitless Maridia or whatever else, a heat run, whatever. Like, the path tells me to go here. The open world, not so much. And so when you explore an area where you don't necessarily think you should be exploring, and then you get absolutely nothing out of it. Oh yeah, and I found this by accident. But when you explore an area like that and nothing happens from it, it's just... like, really? That's not... You're not inclined to keep looking in that area and then leave, and then it's like, oh wait, what I needed was actually back there, but I don't know that. So yeah, that gate up there, I kind of put that to the Chozo statue and redesign that was in Maridia. Super hidden and all that stupid stuff, so. Like, this one's not so bad. I mean, the map does show you there's a gate up there. So you're probably bound to explore that eventually. Without that thing, that would be an absolute no. Stupid sort of Revolution EX safe station type thing. Where it's just, no, that should not be done. But he did place the dot, which was a very good thing. So, yes, Maridia, fun stuff. It's like, oh, the door off the map. Which again, doesn't show on the map. Doesn't show the door connection on that side of the room. Blocked off by power bomb blocks. Because there is a lot we can explore. And the gate, you know, it kind of makes it seem like, okay. It's like, I can reach that gate. So, I believe earlier I already saw where a gate 13 was. I'm pretty sure I saw that earlier. Before I ended up dying and losing all my map. But because of that, it's like, hey, I got that gate without this suit. Maybe the suit's back behind the gate. And you see, this is just where a lot of opinions and ideas about the hack are going to be shaped and changed drastically. It's really something that's going to be up entirely to the player and their experience with the hack, because they could end up coming to Maridia early, taking the right door, and getting the gravity suit right away. So it'll be like, oh hey, this is easy. That's not going to be the case for every player. And in fact, I would say for most players, you can probably always expect about 95% of players, if not more, for everything to go wrong for that group. So what you should expect is, you know, the vast majority are just going to have a terrible time with your hack. So, I don't know. So yeah, here was that gate 13. Yeah, I know I was here earlier. So, getting that gate suitless allowed me to get to this suitless. You know, it was kind of obvious, you know, that's not really something you should be doing. And again, this Maridia, this part of Maridia anyway, looks really cool. Oh yeah, and those side hoppers. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a clue you're not supposed to be here, but again, as with all the other enemies and stuff, and I don't know what that snail's doing. But, you know, with how the hack has been going, it's like, well, I really don't care about that. That's what he says, but I don't believe him. Says harder enemies means you probably shouldn't be there. It's like, yeah, well, I'm not inclined to believe that. So yes, I do a bunch of fun underwater stuff, and you can guess it nets me absolutely nowhere. Absolutely nothing. But we get to look at the nice tile set. A nice Maridia. So it's like, not making it up there without freezing a Metroid. Scott Chozo's statue thing in the background. This Chozo's a jerk because it's not actually holding an item. It's there for decoration. And we have ninja pirates. That hurt quite a bit. Thankfully, we can fire supers really fast so you can destroy them pretty easily. And I am not exactly sure what in the world is with the design of this room. It's I mean, you see, it's like all this closer stuff or whatever. It kind of makes me feel that, you know, hey, this looks like I should be here. But of course, again, with powerbomb doors being a super frustrating thing, there's a powerbomb door. This door down here is like, oh, it's a door, but it's blocked by gate 15. So, it's like, well, I'm sort of making progress, I guess. Maybe just not where I'm supposed to be. I lost quite a bit of energy already. But again, that doesn't really matter to me so much. So yeah, got to explore more. It's gotten me nowhere. So, and then the door up there just leads to the other side of that powerbomb barricade. Which is just sort of a shortcut, I guess. Instead of doing a small loop around. And I refill for a bit here because there was that giant side hopper. And I did lose quite a bit of health. But again, you know, enemy's supposed to say I'm not supposed to be here. Well, hey, look, you're giving me refill bugs. That's an open invitation for, hey, go explore. There's stuff back here. Yeah, these enemies are jerks, but you'll be fine. Also, I do like the new sand thing there. It's pretty cool. So yes, giant side hopper is a jerk. We do have another door here, which leads to yet more interesting looking Maridia. Excuse me. This room has everything we love. It has a powerbomb door and speed booster blocks. And that speed booster thing right there apparently got a lot of people. They weren't sure exactly how to handle it, which I thought was kind of odd, but really it's really not that odd. It was actually sort of predictable. Because it involves, in order to get that, it involves a new mechanic with Project Base, which is not in the original game, so really that's not something you should expect players to be able to just know. So again, expect things to go bad for the majority. Don't expect anyone to read the README. And don't expect anyone to be familiar with anything but the vanilla game. So, new mechanics from Project Base. Like if RealRed had put in... Also, there's a suspicious thing up here, which is suspicious. But if RealRed had put in, you know, some tiles like he did for the damage boost for the first missile I collected. If he put in some tiles, say, hey, somehow demonstrating, you know, the speed boost mechanics of the game, that would be much more acceptable. And also the suspicious thing I can't actually grab, and I don't think I end up coming back. I think I pass it with Gravity Suit maybe 4 times or something like that, but I don't end up grabbing it. So, yeah, there's a super missile there. Make sure to grab it. It's 10 more ammo. Also, crabs are jerks. So yeah, it's just sort of something you should really not expect players to do. That is know or read stuff, really learn how to do stuff. They're playing a hack of Super Metroid. That's what they're expecting, so that game's mechanics are going to be what they're expecting. Yes, everybody does like changes and cool stuff added in and all that fun stuff. That doesn't mean people are going to enjoy the experience of learning these new things. when they are used to the original stuff. So that's something to keep in mind. It's definitely not something that should scare you away from putting new stuff in hacks. So, but it's just something to keep in mind that, hey, you can expect a lot of misfortune, I guess, from players if you do put new stuff in, because it's not going to be something they're familiar with, so they are definitely going to have troubles with it. So right now, I do explore some more Maridia. I try something silly, which actually isn't so silly. It is currently in the speedrun route, of which there are already speedrun routes for this game. It is currently in the speedrun route. So with this room, and I end up speeding up about half of it just because, but you'll kind of see what I'm going for with what I'm doing here. It's like, and there's a door over there, but there's a grapple block up there, and that's what I'm thinking of right now. It's like, oh, grapple. So what my goal was to do, freeze that guy, jump off and grapple to the block, and this is actually possible. Like I said, this is currently in the speedrun route of the game, and I accidentally killed my guy. But that being said, I try it for a bit. I get up there once, and I end up not getting around. So it really, no, I still think it's possible, but it's like, I don't know about that. It doesn't seem like something I'd really want to do, so. Because, you know, at this point, I am kind of done with Maridia, and that crab is a jerk. So yeah, the goal is to get up, wall jump off the thing, and then get around. I sort of fell there. And by doing that, you circumvent, why do I keep saying that? Circumvent going through multiple rooms and stuff to get around to Gravity Suit, because that's right around Gravity Suit again. But it's like, I'm kind of sick of Maridia right now. Like, that does not seem important to me to do that at this point. And because my SMV file was getting up there, decided to save and leave it off here, so again, I thank you for watching, and hopefully we will see you for the next part, where I go out through Maridia but make one very fortunate stop first. So we will see you for that.